Have a domination game coming up. We've seen a couple of very impressive domination games out of both of these squads. We've watched them both kind of trade back and forth, winning back and forth. So I want to say, I love to predict before, but with these two teams, this particular matchup is just so tough to predict. I would like to say that Washed has just been playing really, really well. I think Sharp isn't going to go out like that. I honestly believe this is going to be going into a game 11, ending on a S&D. Now, how sweet would it be to go to 11 games and then 11 rounds in S&D?
Yeah, see, that's something that I actually casted over on PA. I mean, I keep mentioning PA because, I mean, that's really one of the main people, or one of the main organizations that I've had a chance to cast over and stuff like that.
Right.
So we were actually casting, actually the very first time that I casted. It was kind of intimidating because I didn't really know, I didn't have a lot of the game knowledge that I seem to have a little bit now. I mean, I kind of might not seem like I know too much about the game, but I've been working on it over on PA. So yeah, the first time I was casting, it was the best of 7. They always put best of 7s over on a PA organization, and we went to a game 7. It was 5 or not 5. It was 4-3. No. It was 3-3, and of course the next person in that fourth match. It also went into that search and destroy match, and that is where it went to the round 11. So it was really intense, and I don't know. It might be going in this one. If Mullet Squad is able to do something different here in the strike zone domination, then of course they are going to be able to go to the next match.
Right, so now we are looking at domination on strike zone, which is a game type that we haven't really seen, so I'm really excited to see this in our game 10 of this is Championship Sunday. I'm really looking forward to seeing what Sharp can do. I'm fully expecting him to step up as he does pick up 2 quick kills. No surprise here as 3 members of the Wash squad does go down really soon in this game, man. I'm really liking what Mullet Nation is doing off the bat here.
I mean, they're definitely doing really good. You can see that, actually, they are doing some pretty good stuff. They are able to hold that C and the B flag. One person going for that C flag, and it looks like Kangaroo is going to be able to go ahead and take that flag back and go ahead. He only did neutralize it, so it wasn't going to be that bad for that team. So, I mean, let's just go ahead and watch as Muthena, he's going to try to go for that C flag, but not able to take him out. Somebody probably over on the Skywalk, and they're kind of just playing Ring Around the Rosy right here. You can see on the mini-map, they are definitely playing Ring Around the Rosy as, I mean, 2 of the players are able to go on that C flag.
Right, and one thing I was thinking to myself is that Kinky Kangaroo that is Sharp's brother. He's been playing really good the past couple of games. He's really stepped it up in this final match, so I can't say that if they had to blame somebody, it could be him because he's been playing really, really well. He's impressed me. One thing that I said, he brought up that his brother had only been playing for a week, but I got to think, being in the same house with Sharp every day, you pick up a thing or two.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
I mean, I'm sure he's been to a lot of the tournaments that he's
that too.
So I mean, he's probably had a lot of time to number one play. Like maybe he 1v1s his brother all the time. Maybe that's how he's so good at getting such a great competition, that 1v1. But I mean, earlier in that free for all, we kind of saw we saw Sharp not really doing that well. But whatever it may be, guys, it is 22-26. A little bit over 3 minutes and 10 seconds left, and they're just fighting over this B flag right now.
Right, and that's something you expect to see, especially having the C cut. Nelson's going to pick up a big kill here. 2 players going down for Mullet Nation right now, and it looks like Nelson is actually trying to pick up a kill at C. So his team is going to have 2, and the split seems to be at A, which is now being neutralized by Mullet Nation as they do take control of that. Hopping on board with Jester, he's going to be kind of converging on this, and as a team, that's something we talked about. As a team, Washed has been very, very good about working together, moving together as a unit, and that's something so huge that separates the pro teams from the amateur teams. That communication is so key to understand that map rotation and being on the same page.
Exactly. I mean, map rotation, you have to have the communication to be able to get the map rotation right. Of course, get everybody to rotate at the exact same time. Communication is definitely key in any in any Call of Duty game as well as any sport for that matter. So anyway, we're going to see go right here as Kangaroo does get kicked out. So let's go on to the other team, see what they're doing here. They are up 42-39 with just a little bit over 2 minutes left, almost to that 2-minute warning. And I want you to take a look at the mini-map right here. They are in control of the C flag and currently taking that B flag, and that's going to be something that's going to be definitely crucial. It's something that we don't really see as much. We usually see that AC flag being taken just because they can get that spawn kill or that spawn trap right over the B side. But as I say that, somebody's going to try to go in, the enemy team trying to go in for that A flag.
Right, and that was another good example as we were taking a look at that mini-map. Just shows how Washed is just moving around the map. Now, we were watching Mullet Nation as they were kind of spread out very sporadically. Now, what we do see is that we do have a double cap by the Washed squad as Kinky Kangaroo is being taken out. I would expect Wash to be converging on this C-cap pretty soon.
Exactly. So, I mean, as we're going down almost to the 1 minute mark, a little bit over 1 minute, only down by 9 points at this point. If this not Mullet squad, but if this Wash squad was able to keep and maintain the C, or not the C flag, the A and the B flag, they're going to go ahead and go into the next match with a not really that big of a lead, but they're definitely going to go in with a lead.
Nice, and that is something we talked about, and literally as I was saying, they should try to converge in the C. We were getting close to that minute mark, and that's when they said, okay, we're going to slow it down, kind of try to take control of this concession area, this market area, and just kind of stay alive. They got into a couple of gunfights, and they were losing that as they actually lose the A point, and we'll see as if maybe Mullet Nation is able to come in and take control of that.
Exactly, so I mean, we're going to go ahead and stay here with Versatile. He's 11-11, 2 captures. 30 seconds, where we're hearing a lot of trash talk. So up 15 points. It looks like they're going to go up 15, and if they are able to keep these 2 flags for the rest of this, it looks like they're probably going to go up by 20 points, and that's going to be definitely a big deficit, a large deficit that they're going to have to come back from, and especially if they keep playing it how they are going to. Something at the bottom that you don't really necessarily see. Sharp TK, 14-15.
Right, so definitely Washed is going to be up almost by 20 points right now, and that is going to be a 20-point lead. Looks like that's going to end the round 86-66. Wash going up by 20. That is not going to look good for our Mullet Nation squad, but as we saw earlier in one of our Dom games, it came down to the wire. They were only up by 7 going into the second round. Now we have the Wash squad up by 20. It's going to be really tough, but we did have a team actually win by 1 point. That was Mullet Nation, so I'm not going to count them out. Definitely not going to count them out. We might have some, I don't know, I would like to hop on board with somebody from Mullet Nation going into the start of this. I want to say that I want to hop on board with Kangaroo to start it off, but I don't know, we'll have to see. I really expect some big things from them. This map, Strike Zone, what is your opinion on this map for Domination? It just seems very sporadic.
Strike Zone, like we were saying, we've said it over the different times we've seen Strike Zone. Of course, playing Domination, we actually only seen, Domination is the only game mode you can play on Strike Zone itself. So, I mean, seeing that, you can only play Domination on Strike Zone. It's going to be, like we've said before, you can see on the mini-map on screen. I actually can't see it on screen right now, but it is more of a triangle rather than the flags being
straight
in a straight line. So when you have that, of course, when you have specific ones, usually you like to see the teams, they go for the AC flag, keep them in the B flag area, B flag spawn bar area, and that's something that you're going to see, because that makes the spawns not as sporadic, and of course you're going to want to stay outside and make sure you don't pass those imaginary lines to flip the spawns.
Right. So going into this second part of this Domination game on Strike Zone, I want to hop on board with the Mullet Nation squad. Sharp running seems to be a sub this game. We might actually have 4 subs. We do. We have 4 subs on the Mullet Nation squad. I would expect to see something similar as Nelson does rock that same Remington just like he does for every single game. Let's see if he's able to kind of facilitate with that. It might be a little bit harder, as you see that typically with game types that aren't necessarily Strike Zone.
Exactly. So, I mean, if Domination definitely going to be one of those game modes. We've talked about, we kind of repeat ourselves, but the thing is like each of these games, you have to talk about how the strategy is going to play through, and that's just map control. I mean, Domination, any game mode really in Call of Duty, not as much search and destroy because you don't have one life, but map control, being able to control these respawns, and the reason I say not search and destroy because you don't respawn, but those respawns, these respawn game modes, like Domination, like Blitz itself. Another one of the big things is that you have a 5-second respawn time, so when you do go down, that does give the enemy team a really good position over their team. So right now we are on board, and it looks like this Mullet squad is going to go for the triple cap, and almost able to go for the triple cap, and the enemy is taking the A flag. So right now we're watching Kangaroo. He's going to go for the A flag and make sure nobody gets on it. But I mean, right now they're looking pretty solid going to this one.
Right, and Colchin having an absolutely great start, 6-1 right now with 0 caps. One thing that we have to keep in mind, folks, is that we do have Washed being up 20 seconds on this game type, or 20 points rather. So one thing that I would fully expect is that our series is 5-4 in favor of this Wash squad. So if they could just hold this out, maybe maintain 2 points for the majority of the game, I could see them just taking the championship right here.
Exactly, and you're completely right. Because the thing is that little bit of the time that they could be not have those two flags could be at the beginning right there. We saw that this mullet squad was able to maintain those two flags, and right now they're doing exactly what we expected them not to do. Is on this mullet squad, you can see the mullet squad. They have the C flag, and they're losing that B flag to the enemy, and they're going to lose it because the person that was inside trying to defend that B flag does get taken out. So right now, if this Wash team is going to be able to hold these two flags for the majority of the game, like you just said, 3 minutes left, down by 10 points, a total of 30, they're definitely going to take this competition and definitely take the $6,000.
Right. So one thing that I want to pay a close attention to is Colchin. He is 9-3 now, as he does just get taken out with 1 cap. It looks like he started off the game very, very strong, and Sharp is kind of bringing it up with 6-5 and 1 cap. Jester having a really good game with 9-4, as he actually just pick up a kill, and 3 members down for the Mullet Nation squad, which is something they definitely can't afford, as in this round they have now tied it up 36-36 at 2.5 minutes. We're getting really close, and it seems like this round is just kind of blown by, and we're looking at a relatively slow game. So right now, your Mullet Nation, Colchin has 9 kills, Sharp has 7 kills, Kangaroo isn't doing so hot, Vendetta's having a pretty decent game, but right here is what counts. You're getting close to the 2-minute mark. You're pretty much losing the game by 21 at this point. What do they have to do right now? What is something that said, does Sharp say something to them in the middle of this game?
I mean, if you look at the game right now, they are ahead. They're not actually ahead. They're going to go ahead right now by 1 point. They have the C and they have the A flag and the B flag. If they're able to hold these 2 points, then they will be able to maybe bring back those 20 points. But as I say that, a player goes down right off the spawn, and it looks like it's Jesta that is going to be able to take out 1 kill.
Big kill.
Very crucial kill right here. They are in that B flag, and if they're able to get 1 kill, they are going to get a triple cap here, and most likely they are going to go ahead and run away with this if they're able to defend this really nicely.
Right, so Jess is going to get taken out, and this is going to be an easy cap for Mullet Nation to maintain that A. Now we see all 4 players on this mini map in the A area. Now I would really like to see Mullet Nation be very careful about how they're pushing, as one of the players does get taken out. Now we're watching Kangaroo. They took 2 completely different routes. I think that was Colchin who spawned with him, if I do believe, as he's actually going to get spawn killed. I don't agree with that. Now, it seems like things are getting a little sporadic. It's something we talk about when you get 3 or 4 dead on a team. What do you want to do as soon as you spawn up? Is you want to make sure that you're communicating where you're going. They split off and they die really fast, as now we are looking at the Mullet Nation squad actually being down by 2 caps, and they are going to go ahead and get that A. This is not looking good as it's ticking down. 45 seconds remain. And this Wash squad is going to go up by what looks to be around 13 to 14 seconds, if my math is correct, 13. And they're already up by 20 in the series.
They're going to go up by, right now, it's 20 points. So up 20 points, and they're going to be down 20 points in the first side. That is 40 points with 30 seconds left. And as the time dwindles down to 0 seconds, it is now going to be mathematically impossible if they're able to keep this right here. It looks like they're keeping this. They're keeping 2 flags, and 1 isn't even in favor of this other squad. So there's 12 seconds left. They are down by 30 points, total 30 points, and an overall total of 50 points. They're going to go down. They're going to shut down this Mullet squad, and they're going to win this series, and they're going to win this entire competition here at GNKnoxville 6-4 in the championship series grand finals.
Right, so congratulations to Team Wash for winning the GNKnoxville 2014 opener. Very, very impressive. It's something we talked about all tournament long, which is how impressive this group was. And I think one thing that is to note is that this squad did not drop a match the entire tournament. Through winners, they beat the same team twice, once in winners and then again in the finals. But one thing you have to tip your hat off to this Mullet Nation squad and Sharp actually pulling together a very, very good local squad. Colchin having a really good tournament, especially towards the end. Sharp, of course, playing out of his mind. So one thing I want to say is just thank you to everybody, all of our viewers. I want to give a quick shout out to all of our sponsors again: BenQ, Iron Gaming, Elgato Gaming, 812 Gaming Gum, Ponetware, Insight Designs, Irate Designs. Thank you all for everything you guys have done. Congratulations to all of our stream winners. We will make sure that we get those tweets out to you guys so that you can claim your prize. And then another thing, just from me, I know that you kind of want to say what you have to say, but one thing I want to say really quickly is just thank you to the COD community. You guys have been awesome. Everybody has kind of welcomed me with open arms, and it's been a lot of fun. I've done so much learning this weekend, and it's been an absolute blast. So thank you to all the sponsors, but most importantly, thank you to Gamer Nation for giving me this opportunity to come out and cast. And thank you